Another week is done in the NFL, and this makes a dozen. So, time to look at Week 12 and see how Madden and I did. Okay, and coincidentally, there were 12 games in Week 12 out of the 16 that Madden and I picked the same team. So, those are the 12 we're going to run down first, and obviously the last 4 are going to make the difference. So, here we go. Starting with one of the Thanksgiving games, the New England Patriots and the Detroit Lions. Madden and I both picked the New England Patriots. Madden by a score of 35-13, and the actual score was 45-24 for New England. So 1-1. Okay, let's go to the late Thanksgiving game, which was Cincinnati and the New York Jets. We both picked the Jets to win. Madden picked them by a score of 17-6. And the actual score was 26-10 for the New York Jets. And with that, it is 2-all. Okay, let's go to Tennessee and Houston. Madden and I both picked the Houston Texans to win, Madden by a score of 17-7. Actual final score, 20-0 for Houston. And with that, we are at 3-3. Okay, moving on to Tampa Bay and Baltimore. We were both unanimous on Baltimore by a score of 24-3. And actual score, 17-10 for Baltimore. And just like that, it is 4-4 in Week 12. Moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars and the New York Giants. We picked the Giants to win by a score of 37-17. It was much closer than that. It was 24-20. But you can make it 5-5 as the Giants won that one too. Okay, Pittsburgh and Buffalo. We both picked Pittsburgh to win. Madden by a score of 21-13, and that was a really close one. Buffalo and Pittsburgh got it all the way to overtime. Buffalo had a really good chance. And yeah, you know what happened. Pittsburgh won the game. Buffalo kind of blew a catch. Being a Buffalo fan, it's kind of hard to talk about. But Pittsburgh ended up winning the game in overtime, 19-16. And but with the pick, you can make us all 6-6 after that pick. So yeah, let's move on to Philadelphia and Chicago. We both picked Philadelphia to win, Madden by a score of 22-10. Actual score, though, was 31-26 for Chicago. So finally, no points there. Okay, let's move on to Minnesota and Washington. The team we picked was Washington by a score of 38-24. Final score, though, was much more low-scoring than that. It was 17-13, and the winner was Minnesota. So no points there. Moving on to Miami and Oakland. We both picked Miami to win that game by a score of 20-17, and after that game, I was kind of regretting it. Like, I'd kind of forgotten about the Pennington injury before I picked Miami, so I was like, why did I do that? But turns out, it was the right choice. Miami did win that game by a score of 33-17. And with that, Madden and I are tied at 7. Okay, let's move on to St. Louis and Denver. Okay, we both picked Denver to win that game, Madden by a score of 27-13. And it was kind of a shootout. Final score of that game was 36-33, and the winner of that game was St. Louis. So no points in that one. We're still at 7-7. Moving on to the Sunday Nighter, which was San Diego and Indianapolis. We both picked the Colts to win that game, Madden by a score of 34-20. Okay. And the actual final score was not that far off. It was 36-14, but we didn't get the winner right. San Diego won that game. So, no points there. And the last game that Madden and I agreed on was the Monday Nighter, San Francisco and Arizona. We both picked San Francisco to win. Madden's score pick was 28-14. And the actual final score was 27-6, and that was for San Francisco. So, after the 12 games that we agreed on, we got 8 right. So we're at 8-8, and going into the last 4 that we did not agree on. And the first of those games was the middle Thanksgiving game, the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. My pick was New Orleans. Madden's pick was Dallas by a score of 21-9. Actual final score, though, Dallas almost won that game. But New Orleans finally came through with a last-minute score. I can't remember if it was last minute, actually, but it was late. And New Orleans ended up winning the game by a score of 30-17. Or 27, excuse me. 30-27, New Orleans won the game, which means I am up 9-8 on Madden. Let's move on to the Green Bay Packers and the Atlanta Falcons. My pick was Green Bay. Madden's pick was Atlanta by a score of 42-34. And it was not quite that high scoring. Final score was 20-17, but Madden did get that one right. Atlanta won. So after that one, you can make it 9-9. Move on to the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns. My pick was Cleveland. Madden's pick was Carolina. And going into the final minutes, Cleveland was ahead 24-23. Carolina had a field goal. Field goal try set up. John Casey made the kick and missed it. So Cleveland hung on to win 24-23, and you can make it 10-9 for me. Alright. And the last game we're going to look at is Kansas City and Seattle. My pick was Kansas City. Madden picked Seattle by a score of 20-10. And the final score, by a score of 42-24, the Kansas City Chiefs won that game. So, final score of Week 12 is Jordan 11, Madden 9. So, good weeks for both of us. Just came out a little bit better. And the total score after Week 11 was 93-92 for me. So if you add our scores up, now after Week 12, the total score is Jordan 104, Madden 101. So that is where we stand after Week 12. Take a look at some of the Week 13 matchups. Division matchup, Jacksonville and Tennessee. Atlanta plays Tampa Bay in another good division matchup. Let's see. Another one, Oakland and San Diego. St. Louis and Arizona. Don't know if there's a lot of great matchups here. Quite a few one-sided ones, but for Sunday, the matchups on Sunday night and Monday night are really good. We got Pittsburgh and Baltimore on Sunday night. Division matchup. Both teams are 8-3. Having great years, so that should be a good one on Sunday night. And if two 8-3 teams in the same division wasn't good enough on Sunday night, how about two 9-2 divisions in the same division? Two 9-2 teams in the same division on Monday night. And talking, of course, about the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. So, those are some pretty good marquee games, and there is a Thursday night game that I'm going to pick right now, along with Madden, and that is between the Houston Texans and the Philadelphia Eagles. So, let's have a look at the screen. Alright, there we go. So, Texans' actual record is 5-6. Philadelphia's actual record is 7-4. So not too far off. Just each team has one win more than is actually shown there. And yeah, Houston hasn't really been the hot team. They have been earlier on in the year, and Philadelphia's really turned it on. Even in their loss to Chicago, they weren't too bad. It was close, 31-26 loss. So I gotta say Pittsburgh is the hot, or Philadelphia is the hot team here. So my pick for the Thursday night game is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. So that's where I'm gonna go, and Madden is gonna pick Madden's going to make the Houston Texans just to be difficult by a score of 16-10. So that game is on Thursday in a couple of days, and hopefully I'll have the rest of the Week 13 picks for you in a couple of days. And yep, until then, I will see you. Enjoy the game on Thursday, and yep, I will see you later. Bye-bye.